This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Yay Networks.
Parenting is such a breeze. Oh, but it would bring you to your knees if it weren't for Chatty Daddy. Oh, yeah, the Chatty Daddies.
Welcome to the Chatty Daddies.
Hi there. It's a podcast of three dads who are just out here trying to make it work.
Trey, plug your ears. I'm just going to tease something that I'm going to tell later.
Okay.
You're not going to like it.
All right.
You're not going to like it.
Uh-oh.
JC, I'm going to tell you about why every time my son comes home from his grandparents' house, Trey, cover your ears, he has explosive diarrhea. I think we figured it out. I'll tell you later. Okay. Is that a good tease?
Dude, I was just thinking about that with my kids because I ate something at a party this weekend. And I'm like, you know what? My kids don't have those attacks anymore. You know, they don't have the... we're back, Trey.
We're back, Trey.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about poop.
Oh, gotcha.
Trey hates poop talk, so we bless him with an earplug.
Thank you. Now, I had a little episode this past week. I got sick, and I really thought I had COVID, gentlemen. I really did. I started to feel a little sick around 6 p.m., and then I was just like, whatever, I'll fight through it. Maybe I'm just tired from working out, dehydrated, something like that, drink a Gatorade. Then at about 9 o'clock, I woke up sweating but freezing and just shaking, and I could not stop shaking. Like it took everything I had to get up and go get a shirt, a sweater to put on. And then I went to I was like, uh-oh, is this COVID? Let me go taste something. And so I tried to taste my toothpaste.
That was just the first thing you saw?
It was just the first thing I saw that had taste. And
you could just do a sniff test, too. A lot of people just do the smell.
Yeah, great.
Both of those go.
So I took a little bit of toothpaste, and I licked it off the top of the tube, and I was like, yeah, I guess it's kind of tingly, like mint, but I don't really taste it. Uh-oh. And then so I'm still shaking, and I go lay back down, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to go to work tomorrow. So I go grab some at-home COVID tests at 2 a.m.
Yep.
And they both came back negative.
Good.
So that was good. But then I was like, they're saying you're supposed to wait like 3 days before symptoms. I'm like, So I had to miss work.
Yeah, you did.
And that was rough. But what was really rough was it was for the first time in my life, because we were worried about COVID, it was for the first time in my life, I missed a full day of my son's life.
Yeah? Where'd you go?
Very sad. I just sat in my room, in our bedroom.
So you didn't see him at all?
No, didn't see him not one time. It was very sad to me. Like I could hear him playing in the other room with mommy, with Kara.
Was he asking Dad? Was he saying Dad?
Yeah, I didn't give a shit about me. But I did hear him. He was being cute, and I could hear, what does a cow say, coming from Mom, and he'd go, and just adorable, and it was breaking my heart to sit in the other room.
You'll never hear him say moo that time.
Exactly. I know. It was very sad. And I know that's, what is it? It's not really a big deal, but it was a pretty big deal for a little while. Luckily, I've had 4 COVID tests, a couple of them with real science and real doctors, and everything's good to go.
Nobody
no COVID.
got sick at the house either? Nobody else got it?
Nope, just me for 36 hours. I was feeling a little crummy, and then, bounced back out of it and started playing with my kid again, and I'm all happy.
That's good.
Well, fast forward to when Quaid is, in his 20s at the therapist, and they're like, hey, where did it all go wrong? And he goes, that one day when I was 1 year old.
That's not funny.
And my dad just walked out on me and didn't come by.
Ruined it.
Missed my moo,
That's not funny, because that really, I do kind of feel that guilt right there.
Yeah, you should. You ruined his life.
So a few months ago, I had COVID, and the way that I've figured out, one of the ways I figured out that I definitely had it was I brushed my teeth, and then just out of habit, or not out of habit, I just wanted some orange juice, and I drank orange juice, and I couldn't taste it. I was like, oh, that's it. Yeah, okay, here it is. I just brushed toothpaste with orange juice.
Nothing.
And I had zero reaction to it. I was like, yeah, something's wrong.
I told you guys, I tried when I got COVID last year. I had my wife didn't believe me because I was like, I lost my taste. And she goes, I don't believe you. Because I joke with my wife a lot. We prank each other quite a bit. That's the kind of household she lives in. And she goes, I don't believe you. It's not funny. Go back to work. Because we were working. I was like, no, I literally could not taste one bit of the breakfast you just fed me.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, if you're not lying, then eat an onion. I hate onions.
Yes, you hate them. I hate onions too.
She goes to the fridge. We don't have onions. So she finds garlic. I hate garlic too. And she goes, take a bite of this. And I stuffed that in my mouth and I chewed. And it was the weirdest
You couldn't taste anything,
sensation.
but you could feel the texture of those little garlic.
Yeah, I know it's
mince
garlic.
things.
I know that I shouldn't like it, but it didn't taste like anything. It was just the weirdest feeling in the world.
Crazy.
Yeah, and every day from then on out, Nick, I would go over to my alcohol and I would sniff it every morning to see if I got it back.
Take a swig?
No, I would just put my nose deep into that vodka or tequila and sniff, and nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, whenever I had COVID, I was like, okay, after I had the orange juice and toothpaste, it didn't taste anything. I went to McDonald's. It's like, I'm going to get a McGriddle and some hash browns.
Yeah.
And right as I left the drive-thru, I shoved my face in the bag, took a huge whiff, couldn't smell a thing. Couldn't smell McDonald's hash browns? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm going to try with my hand sanitizer. And so I had a ton of hand sanitizer, and I took a big whiff. I didn't smell anything, but my body still reacted like I just huffed hand sanitizer, and I started coughing, and it was not good.
This is
Interesting.
Weird that we're talking about this right now.
Uh-oh.
Because my wife just sent me a text.
Positive COVID test?
No. that would suck. But she said, I left the gym. And I wrote her, why? And then she just responded. She was in a class, and a woman that she was in a class with apparently told her husband and kids were at home sick with COVID.
And she's going to work out? She's going to this exercise
Wait,
class.
so what does that mean for my wife now?
So the new CDC guidelines is if you've been exposed and fully vaccinated, as long as you're feeling fine, you don't have to isolate yourself.
Yeah, she
That's what
cheated.
I found out at the doctor just a few days ago because I was like, well, I got a son, I got a wife. And they're like, yeah, she can still go to work. She works from home, so it didn't matter. But they said, yeah, she can still go to work as long as she's feeling fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because my wife got weirded out and left.
If
So-
she's fully vaccinated.
Does that make the other person feel bad, though, if you're the person
She
that
should
has...
feel bad.
She should feel bad.
I'll judge her.
Oh, man. What an awkward situation people are put in now.
I'll take that stance. I'll judge her. You can say anything in my DMs. I won't care.
It makes me so happy to judge people on
One
stuff.
of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, if you you don't like green apples, I'm judging you.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are judging me for loving green apples.
See, I liked green apples, and then I turned like 12.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
don't really eat them as an adult that much, but that's the kind of apple you use in an apple pie.
I
Green apple.
stand firm with this as well. When people tell me, you know, one of my favorite things to do is people watch. In my head, what I hear is, I love judging people. You're not people watching, because that's literally what
Right,
you're doing.
right.
You're judging people. You just found a different name for what you're doing.
Yeah, hopefully you come across something that's just a funny conversation. That's not necessarily judging that person. At
No,
the
no,
mall.
no.
But hopefully you can get that, and you can say, like, no, I heard Tina cheated on her boyfriend
Sure.
or whatever it was.
Right.
That's eavesdropping. I'm talking about the people that say, and I'm one of those people. I love people watching, aka people judging.
Sure.
I love doing it. I love to see what they're doing, what they're wearing.
Ooh, you do that, but do you judge people's kids?
Of course.
Yes, I do. I would hate to. I do.
That's got to be the number one thing people judge. Like, that kid won't shut up
Okay.
over there. If that parent is not going to get that kid
Yeah.
in line, I'm going to have to go over there for him.
Off the top of my head, I'll just present a random scenario.
Okay.
Tell me what comes to your mind.
Got it.
Crowded restaurant, packed. You had to get a reservation 3 weeks ago. There's a table. Two parents, two kids. Two kids are on their iPads during dinner.
All right. So
7 p.m. dinner.
I do this in sections because prior to having kids, I judge the hell out of those people. You know, even when my wife was pregnant, I judge them. Like, how dare you? You know, put devices in front of their little faces. They should be interacting with you. Now me, a 10-year vet as a parent. Good for you. You know, good for you.
Figured out how to make the restaurant quiet.
They're doing it because they're trying to make sure everyone else has a good time at the restaurant. And if they take those away, those kids are probably going to be annoying them and it's going to turn into a thing. So you know what? Good for you. You're doing it. You're taking a bullet for us.
Okay.
Trey?
Now, I definitely, not having a kid, would have judged them and been like, ugh. Actually, not having a kid, I would have been like,
Who cares?
I don't know what's going on. There's a table next to me. I want to drink. Can I have booze? But then with a kid, I realize I'm stepping very close to this line right now because
Yeah.
I'm going to have to figure it out if I take my kid to a restaurant. My question to you is, why are they on their iPads?
Because they're being annoying. They're at a restaurant.
They're at a restaurant and they're being annoying. Why did you bring them to a restaurant?
because we want to get out because it's crazy in my house because they're annoying.
And so you know your kids are going to be annoying enough so that you bring your iPads.
Yeah.
And you still bring them in public to be around other people, even though you know that your kids are going to be annoying and you're going to have to give them a device to stop them from being annoying.
That's right.
So there is a way to not have your kids being annoying around people without giving them iPads, and that's not taking them around people. Don't take them out to dinner if they're going to be annoying. Don't take the 6-month-old on a plane across
But then
the Atlantic.
nobody would go to dinner because everybody's kids at some point are annoying. If you're sitting there going, like, my kids have never been annoying, then you're lying.
So don't take kids to a restaurant. Like,
I think it kind of depends on the restaurant.
There's a family-friendly
If
restaurant.
Yeah, but you haven't given your final opinion, but
So,
I'm judgy.
I
would
think-
judge the iPad kids.
I judge too.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would take my son if I know I'm going to have to give him an iPad to keep him occupied through dinner.
A parent with loud kids, and that's every parent. You got to figure out a way to. They're not dogs. But train them. You got to figure out how to take them out. And that's just tough. I'm pretty strict with screen time. Like, I'd never give my kid their iPads. They don't know really how to use them unless I'm pushing the button.
Yeah.
And like, I'm addicted to my phone. I'm on my phone way too much, even around them.
Yeah.
I'm just like staring at my phone. So I'm gonna try to push that off on them as long as possible.
I will give a tip because if you see me at a restaurant with my kids, you will catch me. Sometimes the kids don't have any sort of screen in front of them. And then there's been times where they're a little too long, or it is more of a grown-up atmosphere and I'm trying to keep it down for the other people around, and that's maybe what we'll give them the phone and they can play a couple games. But always after they finish their food, so they're not going to be eating with the screen in them.
Gotcha.
But the tip I would give people when it comes to this is that you have to give your kids a talk prior to going to the restaurant.
Sure.
Right? And you also have to have a password for them. The parents, they give the password to the kids because then they'll start learning how to sneak off and grabbing it and get an iPad whenever they want. Change that password all the time. That way you'll get away from them always trying to sneak off and get on it.
So they can't just like open the iPad and play any game they want.
And you know what else we do at restaurants? We'll play a game. We call it the ABC game, and we just say today the topic is animals, and we'll go through the alphabet, and that actually takes up quite a bit of the time. And we're not on the screens the whole time, so that's a little bit of advice I can give you if you don't want to be a screen time parent.
Of course, your conversation is not going to be as upscale as adult as you would like. So you can't sit there and talk to your wife about, hey, we probably need to go and get some groceries, blah, blah, blah. You're probably going to have to sit and talk to your kids for a second.
You can't talk about that bitch down in marketing at your job that you just can't stand.
And I haven't dealt with it yet. I may cave. I cave pretty easily on just about everything. If Quaid wants a granola bar instead of oatmeal, or if he wants something sugary, yogurt instead of oatmeal, I cave pretty quick, so I'll probably cave pretty quick at dinner too. This is just judgy Trey before I actually have to deal with it.
Okay, someone else. Topic. Parent, your
all right.
What kind of parents and kids can we judge right now?
Okay, so if you see kids playing in a parking lot, and so you get the family, you get the family all hanging out outside of the restaurant, and so they're talking to each other, and you see the kids just like running around, like 3 or 4 of them together by themselves out in the it's outside of where you sit and wait. You're in the not in the parking lot, in the little walk up area. There's just kids playing. Y'all are all
playing
kind of
on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Should there be an adult that's in that mix, or do the kids just get to go play by themselves?
I think it's okay if like an adult is kind of on the sidelines, just like making sure they're not running into the street.
Yeah.
I feel like I always see just like 4 or 5 parents sitting around in a circle talking to each other, and then there's kids just running around doing a bunch of dumb
Maybe as
stuff
long as
with the
parent can
bushes.
just kind of look over, make sure they're not doing anything too bad. That's fine.
What about the overly aggressive older brother towards the little sister or little brother, where they're sitting there wailing on the younger brother and sibling, and the parents are not saying a word, like letting it happen, like, hey, kids will be kids.
Right. That's the argument that they'll say. It'll toughen them up. Kids will be kids. Oh, they're siblings. They always fight.
Because in my head, I made it this is one of my pet peeves with my kids. Do not put hands on each other. I know it's going to happen when I'm not around, but if I'm there and you're putting hands on your sister or you're putting hands on your brother, you better, you know you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, I would judge that.
And does the dynamic change if it's brothers?
A little bit. I'll give you a little more, I'll loosen up the leash on that because it's brothers and it's going to happen. But I'm like, nah, man, because it's in public.
Right.
Yeah, it's in public. You got to know how to act in public. Yes,
Yeah.
my brother punched me in the face a few times as a kid. Never in public.
Yeah.
It was at home.
Man, because I've seen kids like fist fighting.
Yeah.
And their parents are like, oh, stop it, Tommy.
We're getting to the point now where my son, he'll like want to like run and not just kind of play rough with my daughter.
Yeah.
Who's 2 years younger than him. He's not being mean to her. He's just kind of playing rough. And I'm like very protective of that. I'm like, no, stop, don't. But like, I think I'm going to have to lighten up on that a little bit.
Hey, dude, your daughter's going to be so tough.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's things that happen to Chloe now where any other little girl that doesn't have an older brother would be in tears, screaming. Like she ran into a brick, like slid and skinned up her shin, one of the most painful things. And she popped up and I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And she said, yeah, I'm good.
Since she's a second child, especially, younger than a brother,
Yeah.
do you find she's pretty outgoing, like
Yep.
risk-taking and stuff like that?
She is more of a risk taker. She's tougher than most girls her age.
Yeah.
Unless they have, it's still, the girls with the older brothers just seem to like, I don't know what it is about them, but they brush things
Mine
off a
doesn't
lot
have-
easier.
My second child, she doesn't have much fear. I mean, she's jumping off of stuff. She falls.
Yeah.
Doesn't cry all that much. So, like, I think it's toughening her up a little bit.
Like my daughter's trying to learn how to do a backflip on her own. I was like, no, we're gonna go to classes. Okay? Like,
Yeah, that's
you're
something we need to
not,
teach her.
Yeah, you go with somebody that knows how to do this stuff because she's fearless.
Did she just say out loud that she wants to do it, or did you catch her like trying?
I caught her like doing like she was doing the motion. I was like, what are you
Right.
doing? And she goes, I'm trying to figure out how to do a backflip. And I said, well, you jump up and you go backwards, but what are your plans? And she goes, I was just going to try it and see what happens. And I was like, yeah,
You know what that is?
Please don't.
That is a very JC move.
it kind of comes from me
I'm
too.
gonna try and see what happens.
And I guess I did that as well, but not at her age. I was doing
Right.
the backflips like in middle schools when I became a little daredevil. She's doing it at 8 years old.
you need to have the person with like their arm stuck out straight, right? Where you help they
Yeah.
help you over.
The walkover and the back handspring, but she wants to do a full-on tuck backflip is
Yeah.
what she thinks she's going to do. And I'm like, no.
You know what, guys? I have a little tip for us dads.
Okay.
I know a lot of times people think dads are not good gift givers.
We're not.
I myself am not a good gift giver.
I'm a top-notch gift giver.
I just don't know what to get. Like, I have no idea. But here's a little tip. If you want to be the best gift giver ever this year, it's not too early. Start getting out there, cross off the list, because there might be like a big shortage on a lot of stuff guys,
Yeah.
this year. So you need to you have to start shopping early for Christmas this year. And so if you're shopping for your mom, your dad, your spouse, your teen, your little kids, Uncommon Goods makes it easy to find remarkable and truly original gifts for anyone. Uncommon Goods wants your holiday season to be stress-free, so check out their selection of thousands of items today.
They've got cool gifts that you can get for kids, for men, for women. It's so hard to figure out a gift. There's like birthdays, there's Christmas, there's an anniversary coming up,
Right.
there's this, that, and the other thing.
Am I supposed to give something for Thanksgiving?
No.
Maybe. Get it from Uncommon Goods. So no matter what your family, your friends, whoever you need to give a gift to is into, Uncommon Goods has a perfect gift for them. From art to jewelry to kitchen goods to home and bar stuff, Uncommon Goods has something for everyone. Not some lackluster gift you'll find just anywhere.
And this is what made me love Uncommon Goods even more. They will give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. So you buy something, and then you're giving back to your favorite charity. They, by the way, donated more than $2.5 million to date. So let's add on to that. Head on over to their website and get 15% off your next gift. Just go to uncommongoods.com/chatty. That's uncommongoods.com/chatty. You'll get 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary.
The dad tax.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
we teased this before.
We've talked about just the dad tax in general several times. And the dad tax in general is kind of like, okay, if the kid gets a Happy Meal, I'm going to sneak 2 or 3 fries because that's my dad tax.
Oh, we got Halloween coming up. Dad tax.
That's right.
I told my kids, in California, the state tax is like 14% or so. I don't know. But I take 10% of their candy.
Yeah.
Dad tax.
I thought you were going to say that you take like 10% of their weed because of California.
I know, I didn't know where we were going with that.
No, I wanted to go with the highest taxed state. That way I could get the most amount of
But
candy.
we had a little dad tax situation with my daughter. So my daughter Ellie, she's about to turn 3, and recently our city kind of put on this they've been putting on little concerts like at the town square.
Yeah.
So like by the library on Sunday afternoons, it's a random cover band of things. And you go out there and there's usually like a treat for everyone, like an ice cream truck or slushies or whatever. Anyways, it was just my daughter and I. We went and there was popsicles. So she really wanted to get a popsicle. Let's go. She got a cotton candy popsicle. And we were just sitting there. It was starting to melt a lot in her hands. She couldn't eat it that fast. And I was just like, well, I also kind of wanted to taste this cotton candy popsicle. I mean, I say I just bought, but it was free. But anyways, and so I took like a little bite out of it. But more than I anticipated broke off. Like I tried to take a little nibble off the edge, but like a chunk came with it. Way more than I intended. And we're in public. Dude, guys, she lost it. And like I'm like the looking like the single dad there. Like I'm like, you got someone singing like a My Girl from the Temptations on stage, and I'm just like, quiet. And she's like, my popsicle. She wouldn't eat it after I took a bite out of it. And I was like, no, I'm just trying to take a little bite. Like I was just, it was dad tax. She didn't know what I was talking about.
Of course.
You got to say dad tax before you do the bite, though.
Yeah,
so
and so
she
I
knows.
just I scoop her up, and we just like walk away from leave our little folding chairs there and walk away like to some trees over there. And she eventually calmed down, but it really backfired. I didn't mean for that giant of a chunk to fall out, and it did.
But how was it?
It was not good.
Not that good.
No,
yeah.
It was a cotton candy popsicle. I don't know why. I don't necessarily love that flavor to begin with.
Sure.
I don't know why I wanted to taste it, but I was just curious, I guess.
Cotton candy is very underwhelming, in my opinion.
For sure.
Real cotton candy I'm fine with, but like a cotton candy flavored something I'm not necessarily all about.
Yeah, it never tastes, except for those cotton candy grapes. I don't know if you've ever had them.
I have not.
They
Too
are
sweet for me. Too sweet.
They are the best.
How do they compare to a green apple?
Oh, way better.
Oh,
way better. Way better.
Nobody asked what kind of popsicle I got.
What'd you get?
I didn't know that their dads were getting popsicles.
Yeah, strawberry and mango. It was really good.
Hold on. So you had your own popsicle, and then you still took a dad
took
tax.
a bite out of my daughter's. Yeah,
that's where you're coming in strong, right there, Nick.
All right, so we are coming up on Halloween. You gave your daughter, who is 2,
she's about to be
three, 3, cotton candy popsicle. Did you I know you accidentally broke off more than you should have, but like she can eat that whole popsicle. You don't try to take it away from her and go, "You've had enough sugar." What's the sugar policy?
She can eat it. She can eat all of it. That's
the whole
fine.
thing, and
I mean,
then
just overall, kind of throughout the day or something.
Yeah. So coming up on Halloween, how much candy are they allowed to keep? Because they're going to get too much. And do you have to ration it? Do you take some of it and give it to another kid? Do you keep it yourself in another room?
When they were younger, when my kids were younger, it was a lot easier to do this. Now that they're older, they freaking count their candy when they get back. So they know how many candy they have. We used to cut it in half, and then we would give it out to other kids or maybe keep it for ourselves.
Sure.
Because we didn't want them. My favorite video that I have of Kason and Chloe was Chloe, I think, was like 2. Kason was 3, maybe 3 or 4, but they were really young. And Kinsey walked into the room early morning. I was at work, probably like 6 in the morning, and they were both eating candy.
Sure, nothing wrong with
Kinsey was like, "What are you guys doing?"
What?
And Chloe's double fisting pops, like little lollipops. And Kason's sitting on the couch eating some M&Ms. And he goes, "Eating candy." And then Chloe sticks her 2 little hands up like she wants to share with her mom. And she goes, "Guys, we do not eat candy in the morning time. You have to ask for it." And Chloe goes, "Okay." And takes both suckers into her mouth. And continues to eat. And Kinsey goes, "How'd you guys even get the candy? Because we hid it." And Kason looks at her and goes, "A ladder." A ladder. He used a ladder. Yeah, so my kids have always been doing that.
Little candy fiends.
So now we teach them everything in moderation.
Yeah.
So you don't want to eat too much. So we tell them, you can have 2 or 3 candies. And I trust my kids that they do. They go and grab their 2 or 3 candy pieces and they come back and eat it. And if they want more, they ask. They really do ask. They've gotten into the mode where they ask, "Hey, can I have another one?" And if they do it, if they say please, or if they actually ask, I'm going to say yes. If I see them trying to sneak off and I catch them, that's when they get in trouble.
What I've found that has been pretty great for Halloween, my kids will get a ton of candy. And so we don't leave it out. We put it up on a top shelf. They couldn't even climb to it if they tried.
What if they got a ladder?
If they got a ladder, maybe they could, but I don't think. And so they just each night they usually get a cookie or something after dinner. So for literally until February, they'll be eating on Halloween candy.
Yeah.
They'll get 2 pieces after dinner or whatever it is, and they'll just they'll eat it, just gradually, and just say you get 1 or 2 pieces. Halloween night, eat whatever. I'm not going to mind too much that night, but just 2 pieces a night or whatever.
To go back on the judging parents thing that we were doing earlier, sometimes when I see a parent walk up with a kid about Quade's age, maybe younger, they're like 5-month-old, no teeth yet, whatever, and they're asking for, and they have a big ass pillowcase full of candy. I'm like, yeah,
Come on.
I know this is all going to you guys. Like, it's not going to that child.
Right.
I'm going to get to the bad candy, like Laffy Taffy or something. You can have this banana Laffy Taffy.
Do you guys get a bunch of trick-or-treaters?
Yeah, we do. And,
Nice.
And what is very exciting in our neighborhood, and I'm not on a cul-de-sac, but some of our cul-de-sac friends, they throw like a block party. Like they have a DJ, they have karaoke
So
set
cool.
up. They have like bounce houses and stuff, and it's a blast. And then, so we go hang out there for a little bit, and then all the kids just kind of run around in packs throughout the neighborhood. It's really neat.
It's nice.
This will be my first year in this house.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what the vibe is with the trick-or-treating.
Okay, here's something that I don't know what to do.
Okay.
So I don't want to be the Scrooge and not give out candy.
Sure.
But I want to go like my wife and I want to go out with our kids. So like, how do we? One person can't stay home, right? I don't want to stay home.
We did that last year at our house, and we got a big bowl. We put all the candy in there with a little note that said, "Grab 2 pieces."
Mm-hmm.
And then I put a little thing underneath, and I said, "I got a Ring doorbell," just to let them know.
Right.
I know.
If
taking
my candy
more.
goes missing, I'm gonna look back. And actually, I came back, and there was still candy in our
good.
bowl.
That's good.
I mean, a lot of it had been taken already, but nobody was. There was. I went back through the footage, and I caught a couple kids doing a handful.
Sure.
But the teenagers that came up read the note, took their 2 candies, boom, gone.
I definitely emptied an entire bowl of candy several times on Halloween as a kid.
I think that we've gotten to the point as a society where we think there's always a camera on us, so
Yeah.
we don't do that
Exactly.
anymore. But yeah, for sure, I have done it as well. It's too easy. Why would you not?
A whole
Except
bowl
now
of
there's
Reese's?
cameras.
Yeah, I'm taking all of them.
Sorry, we're gonna take it all.
We got this is our second year in this house, and last year we decided we would just put the bowl of candy out because it was all COVID-y and all that. Nobody wanted to transfer germs, so we just put a bowl out. Take some treats if you want. We put out like 15 bags of candy.
Oh.
2 of them got taken. On the Ring doorbell, we saw that it was a woman that just walked by.
And
So not a kid.
Took some,
Not
no
one a kid,
kids,
yeah.
no nothing, just took some candy, which is fine. That's great. And then an Amazon delivery driver. Those are the 2 people that took some.
He deserves the candy though. Yeah,
that's fine.
Sure,
hard
yeah,
work.
no, that's also great. But we just didn't have any kids at all that
Wow.
wanted the candy.
JC, maybe, or both of you guys, did y'all see this last year for Halloween? A lot of people just like set out like tables.
Yep.
And they just set out like you did, Trey, like
Same thing.
prepackaged things. Yep. That was cool.
Yeah.
You could just run by, grab it, and go.
That was so much work though
Don't
for
even
those
have-
people.
I know, but you didn't even have to like say trick or treat.
What else were we doing?
I don't know. There was people in my old neighborhood that did a slide. So you would just put your bag, and he was on his second story, and he would just slide the candy
Yeah,
right
that's
into your
awesome.
bag, which was actually pretty
A
dope.
little candy shoot.
Yeah.
Candy shoot. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, so you're going to be sneaking some of your kids' candy. I know you're going to get away from the gym for a second and just kind of just eat a Reese's, eat a Milky Way, something or other. But once you get back in the gym and you want to get back on your grind, you need some kind of protein in you to build your muscles. And that's where Ritual comes in. They're the multivitamin company you know and trust, but they are jumping into the protein powder game. And there's so many out there. You don't know, well, is this one good for me? Is that one good for me? Well, the one from Ritual is perfect for you.
Now, here's the thing about protein. A lot of people think, if I take too much protein, I'm going to get bulky and buff. And no, we all need protein in our body, in our diet. We need to stay healthy when it comes to that. So here's what Ritual did. Their team of scientists, hello Harvard, they reimagined protein from the ground up and inside out, from how it's made to who's it for and why is it needed for our bodies.
Okay, look, guys, I'm kind of intimidated by the whole protein thing. Like you guys are saying, there's so many options. I don't really know what's in there, but when you find a good company like Ritual that you know and that you can trust to make a good, clean product. So I'm kind of walking through this protein powder experience just now with you guys because I trust Ritual. And their result, it's really good. It's delicious. It's plant-based protein. They offer 3 premium formulations for distinct life stages and unique nutrient needs. They're all made with the same high standards approach and commitment to traceability that Ritual is known for. So if you're doing a lot of reps, you want some good protein powder, Ritual's there for you. Or if you maybe want to get a little bit more out of your dog walk, have a little bit more of Ritual's protein powder.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's a building block for life, for sure. And you know what's most important about protein powders?
What?
Taste.
It's got to taste
It's
good.
gotta taste good.
And Rituals taste delicious.
Yeah, they got handcrafted vanilla made direct from farmer vanilla bean extract. It's sustainably harvested in Madagascar, so you know you're getting good quality vanilla. And in terms of standards, the peas that they're using for their pea protein is sustainably grown and regeneratively farmed right here in the good old United States of America. There's no added sugar or sugar alcohols, and like all Ritual products, Essential Protein is soy-free, gluten-free, and formulated with non-GMO ingredients.
So why not shake up your Ritual? To make trying something new less scary, Ritual offers money-back guarantees. That's what they do for us. So if you're not 100% in love, you'll get your money back. Plus, our listeners, you get 10% off during your first 3 months. All you got to do is visit their website, ritual.com/daddies, to add Essential Protein today. That's ritual.com/daddies.
I got an audio clip.
Oh, okay.
So
Hold on, let me get ready with the buttons.
I came across this girl on TikTok, and she said something that I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. What was she wearing? A bikini? Doing dances? I know that's all your For You page has
that's all
is
it
just
No.
hot girls
I just
dancing.
like, oh man, what this girl's saying is really cool. So her name is Abby Nielsen Hunksaker.
I like
and
it.
she was talking about how extra her dad is.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
In an effort to connect with each of his children, despite us being spread across the country, he has started media clubs with each of us with our favorite forms of media. So with my sister, it's a book club that they're reading through because my sister's an avid reader. For me, it's a film festival because, movies. So we watch a movie every 1 to 2 weeks and then have a FaceTime to chat about it. And with my brother, it's music. So they're both listening through albums and artist discography and then chatting about it together. And I just think it's so cute because he totally initiated it and he's spending all this time consuming media that we all love in order to better relate and connect with us.
What a freaking awesome dad.
How sweet is that?
Like
he's making an effort. He's trying to be in his kids' lives. And she sounded like she was grown up.
She's a grown up.
Out of the house. So he's still trying to have that connection with his kids, and he's making an effort. He's putting it on the calendar. We're going to watch this movie, talk about it the next day. I loved it.
That's my biggest fear. Now, looking at my kids now, and man, when I tell you time flies, it seriously flies. My son is going to be 10 this year. And in 8 years, he's going to move out. And I can't tell you of a day that goes by that I don't look at him in the eyes or Chloe, my daughter, and think to myself, one day you're not going to be here living with me.
Yeah.
One day you're not going to want to cuddle with me on the couch. And we're not going to talk to each other every day like we used to because you're going to have your own apartment. That is dad goals right there. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to have that sort of relationship with my kids when they're adults.
Yeah, so it kind of made me think, like, what are my kids going to be super into?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is yet.
Right.
But, like, thinking forward, like, oh, is my kid going to love movies or books or, like, what is it going to be?
Do you think the dad's like, oh, God, it's book club again?
Yeah,
What
I
book
don't
is he
wanna
going to
read-
pick?
I wanna read this
I think he
stupid
just
romance
wants-
novel.
yeah.
Of course, but
I'll be honest, full disclosure, I was a jerk to my son because I told you guys, anytime my son or my daughter asks me to do something, if my daughter asks me to play dolls with her, I go play with dolls with her. You know, I'm never too tired. I try to make that my thing. My son wants to go play catch, I'll get up and play catch. I don't care how tired or
What
whatever.
if the football game's on?
I'll pause it and I'll go play. Yeah, I really do that. Except this past week when my son asked, hey, do you want to watch some anime with me?
You weren't into it.
And I, for the first time, said, yeah, man, that's not my thing.
uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
And I could see him go like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've never watched it before, but my friends are talking about it. So I felt bad.
Yeah.
And he walked away. He wasn't mad. He wasn't sad. He didn't beg or anything. He was like, oh, okay. And
Well-
I felt such
Yeah.
parenting guilt.
But you know what? You guys also have to live your own lives. Like, he can be into stuff that you're not
I know.
into, you know?
But we can at least as dads go and check out what they're into. And,
Totally.
You know, and I should have. And I went back up there, you know, once a few minutes passed and dad guilt kicked in. And I went back up and I was like, hey, I'll watch anime with you. And he looked at me and he goes, I tried it. I didn't really understand it. I'm like, okay.
Got to be careful. Some of those ladies in the anime can be a little scantily clad.
Yeah, a little
be careful
sexy.
with
I just never got into anime when I was a kid, so it didn't hit me right.
You get a little bit of, you get to kind of dive in with is Pokemon anime? Is Yu-Gi-Oh anime?
Yeah, that's anime.
Because Pokemon's great, Yu-Gi-Oh's great. I'd still watch it to this day.
See, I need to try that. I need to try what my kid's into.
Can I tell you why we think my son comes home with explosive diarrhea after every time he visits his grandparents?
Is this why? Wait, was I covering my ears?
This is where you covered your ears. But you know what? We can't have you cover your ears for the next
not
few
for the whole
minutes.
story.
So you're gonna have to listen to this diarrhea story.
Let's play. Guess the reason for
You wanna
diarrhea.
guess? It's like every time he comes home for at least 36 to 48 hours. Like if he came home Sunday,
Explosive.
to like Tuesday, he'll have big like wet toots, just like going through like 3, 4, 5 pairs of underwear a day.
The obvious
and really like because he goes to the bathroom with the door open, like hilarious sounds when you're walking by and he's in the bathroom.
The obvious answer, I feel like, would be sugar. He gets overloaded on sugar because grandma bakes a cake or whatever. I'm not going to go in that direction. I'm going to say she uses an ingredient that you don't normally use. So I'm going to go with you guys use real butter and grandma uses margarine, and so it doesn't agree with his stomach.
Not it. That's
Oh,
not
dang
it.
it.
I think grandparents automatically.
But I will say my son is lactose intolerant.
Okay.
And they do get like lactose-free milk.
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
they take care of that,
So
so
it's
they
not
know.
that.
So I'm gonna go. I'm thinking grandparents here. I'm not sure how old your parents are, Nick, but I'm gonna go ahead and. I'm thinking your parents have some prune juice in there, and your son just.
They're not that old.
Okay, so there's no
But
prune juice in there.
Trey, your first thought was correct. It's the sugar.
Yeah.
What?
And it's not just like eating candy. So my son just turned 5 and went to like a 5-year-old checkup with him. And we brought this up again to the doctor. And he was like, you know what? Sometimes a lot of sugar or juices will do that to your kid. My son doesn't drink juice that much. Whenever he does, we like cut it. We dilute it like half and half. But whenever he goes over to the grandparents' houses, it's just full strength juice. And he
has like a 40 of it.
He gets however much he wants. That's what grandparents do. They should give him whatever they want to give him. And so we had never put that together. Like our doctor just told us that. Then he had just spent a weekend at his grandparents' house and he came back. Sure enough, like literally as he's walking in the door at our house, like an explosion happened. We're like, it has to be the juice.
Yep.
I had no idea that it did that until just now.
I knew apple juice when I was a kid. I got so scared of getting diarrhea at school that I refused to drink apple juice before school.
So
the doctor was just saying it's just like the sugars in like juice and stuff. So like orange juice, grape juice, any kinds of juices.
Any
it's just-
juice.
Yeah.
that's what you're supposed to give like kids if they have constipation too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the only reason I could have guessed that was because I heard that recently my friend's kid was constipated and I found out you're supposed to give him a bunch of apple juice and that'll loosen it up a little bit.
Love it.
I had a little moment when I was a kid in elementary school where I'd get the D. I'd get the diarrhea quite often at school. And I would hold it. I'd wait as long as possible. I hated pooping at school.
Who likes it? Oh, it's the worst.
No, there were kids at my school that liked pooping at school. They saw that as a break, like an extra recess. They'd ask for the pass, and they would let everybody in class know, I'm going to go poop. I'm not that guy. I don't want you to know I poop at school. I finally told my mom, I was like, I'm going through these issues. And the doctor said I was giving myself diarrhea because I was stressing out about it. It was stress-induced, he said.
Wow.
So I was like, how do I knock that off? And he goes, stop stressing out about diarrhea.
Just
I couldn't.
yeah. Oh, how do you? Once you start stressing about
stressing.
the D, then
Yeah, I'm like, I thought it was everything. I thought it was the toothpaste. I thought it was the orange juice. I thought it was
Sure.
But it was, I would cut things out. No, it was stress-related.
one time in elementary school, sorry Trey, the girls' restroom was closed, and so a girl went into the boys' restroom and she pooped in the urinal.
Hey, you know what? I ain't mad at her. She had to do what she had to do.
She did, I don't think she knew.
She
I don't
didn't
know
know.
why she wouldn't just go to the toilet.
That
It
she's
looks the
seen
exact
before.
same.
Yeah.
She's like, boys' toilets are weird, man.
Yeah,
They're
crazy.
over here not covered, just going. You know, one of my friends back in the day had one of those attacks in school and unfortunately went in his underwear and ran away from school. You know?
Scarring.
It was a scarring event
Probably
for him.
Made fun of relentlessly. the
Yeah,
rest of his,
exactly. And-
school career.
And if you're going through anything that is scarring, or maybe you're going through some issues whether it be anxiety or depression, there's always some help out there, and there's no better person to come help you out than BetterHelp. That's in their name.
Yeah, we've talked about BetterHelp for a while now. It's because we really believe in it. Because with BetterHelp, you can get matched with your own licensed professional therapist. This isn't just some quack that isn't licensed. Like, this is a professional that can help you with your needs. And what is so great about it? You can do it from your own house. Who wants to leave the house now? I think these past 2 years have taught us, like, hey, man, let's stay at home as much as we can.
Yeah.
And so you can do it from your couch. You can do a video call if you want. You can do it just on the phone if you want, whatever you're comfortable with.
If you want to be a part of the BetterHelp lifestyle, you can go on to betterhelp.com/daddies, and you can talk to them about your stress, your anxiety, something going on in your relationship, something's not working out right at home, if you're having trouble sleeping. BetterHelp is the way to go, and it's affordable, it's professional, and it's so very convenient. All these people are jumping on board. They need to hire more counselors in all 50 states. So we want you to start living a happier life today. So as a listener, you can get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor, betterhelp.com/daddies, and join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/daddies.
Bam. I believe we have some chatty daddy mail.
Yeah, that's right. So you can always hit us up. All the ways to contact us are in the description of this podcast. And we got a message here from Bruno. Bruno said, hello, guys.
Strong name.
Bruno, it is a strong name. He said, hey, guys, let me make a little introduction.
Okay.
I started listening to your podcast when I was looking for some interesting content to improve my English.
Oh.
I live in Brazil, specifically in the South region, and we speak Portuguese here. Yes, you have an international audience.
Hell yeah.
I need to be honest, I didn't expect for your content to be so cool and fun. I really enjoy it, and I laugh a lot when I'm listening to your podcast. Here's my question.
Okay.
When you're educating your children, teaching them really important principles that you think are important for them to learn, and you notice that a relative, like parents or in-laws, are teaching the opposite. Have you guys experienced this? How do you handle a situation like this? Thanks for investing time in doing... Thanks for investing your time in doing this amazing job. See you guys. God bless you all.
First of all, Bruno, your English, awesome. Mm-hmm. And second of all, that's pretty dope that, you're listening.
South
in Brazil.
America, that's cool.
That's
Brazil.
pretty big. I've always wondered, by the way, speaking of Brazil, how come a lot of the countries around them, they all speak in Spanish, and then Brazil is mostly Portuguese?
I don't know. And Brazil's ginormous.
And it's huge. It's a huge country.
I'm betting it's because of the settlers that
Probably.
came over
Portugal?
there.
You're thinking Portugal got there first?
Portuguese claimed that joint, and,
I settled it first.
Nice.
There you go. Nicely, Ray J.
But he did have a question.
Yeah. What do we do when we're trying to instill something in our kids, but we notice grandma or grandpa or maybe an aunt or uncle or maybe even another parent comes in and does not follow what you're trying to follow? I've dealt with this before. It usually will happen with grandparents.
Yeah, specifically, who was it? Which grandparent? What were they teaching?
I'm not going to tell.
Yeah.
But it's usually
your side or
typically-
Kinsey's side.
And here's the thing: it's grandparents are not trying to harm the kids; they're just trying to be the fun grandparent. And what I would do is I let it go, and then when the kids are gone or they go to sleep or whatever, I will contact certain grandparents or grandparent and say, "Hey, I'm trying not to do this. Mm-hmm. This is what our end goal is when it comes to what we're the lesson we're trying to teach our kids. So in the future, I would appreciate it if you maybe would ask in advance if you wanted to do this, or maybe just not do it." And a lot of the times, yes, feelings can get hurt, but they were parents at one point and they should understand.
Yeah. One thing that I've come across before is this is just like friends even, or other family members, cousins or something like that. Maybe they watch shows that are maybe a little bit less appropriate for my kid. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of shows that a lot of my son's cousins will watch that are like, have a lot of fighting in them. Like maybe PG-13 superhero movies, or like even Ninja Turtles has like a lot of like fighting in it. And so after that happens, my kid comes back and he just wants to fight everything. And so, I have to tell him like, hey, that's just not really for us. Other people can watch those, but maybe when you're a little older. And then the next time we're around that group of people, I maybe try and be in the room when they're trying to decide what to watch. And I'll say like, that might be a little too old for us. And they'll pick something else. But
Yeah, I mean, everything can be fixed with communication, Bruno. So it's all if you communicate with the people.
It's weird. It's awkward.
It is awkward.
Say, hey, let's not watch this, or let's not, act this certain way in this situation.
I had it was a friend. We were at a party, and my son went over to the drinks, and I like to see what my son's gonna pick out. I want to see if I'm not a big
a gin and tonic.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big soda guy, and I'm trying to make water something that they choose over anything. And he went over to the cooler and he opened it, and there were some sodas in there, and he reached and grabbed a water.
Great.
And my friend goes, "Hey, why don't you drink a soda?" And Kaysen looked at him and goes, "Why?" And he goes, "Drink a soda. Yeah, grab a soda." And I was like, why are you steering him to pick the water, bro? Why are you? So Kaysen grabbed the soda and he walked back to me, and he was holding his root beer, and I was like, "Oh, you went with the root beer?" And he goes, "Well, I grabbed the water first, but so-and-so told me to get a soda, and so here it is." So I just kind of I went over to my boy and I was like, "Hey, man. My guy picked the water, dog."
Oh wait, so this was not his friend. This was your friend.
It was an adult. It was he's like a cool uncle friend, right? And I was like, "He picked the water, bro." And he goes, "Yeah, man, we're at a party, so let's have some fun."
Kids are kids, yeah.
But let him make the good. He make the good choice. So I'm like, now maybe in the future he's gonna make the soda choice,
right?
Yeah. That Pandora's box has been opened now.
See, really, the worst part about it is he picked root beer.
Whoa,
what
easy.
kind of trash
root
drink?
beer is the best of the sodas.
Oh,
and I haven't had a
bottom barrel.
I haven't had a soda in 3 years. But if you're gonna get me to break, it's gonna be with a Barks root beer.
Really?
Yes.
Not Mug?
No.
Mug's pretty
Barks-
good
I
too.
mean, any root beer's pretty
A&W, Delicious
I'm
Jones.
I'm saying Mr. Pibb
ICB.
is better than root beer.
Whoa.
Mr. Pibb also pretty good.
Yeah, but it's better than root beer.
Coca-Cola, Pepsi, go to hell.
Cream soda is one of the most unsung heroes out there in the soda generation in the world.
Listen, O's boy. You need to take your O's and your cream soda and go home. Okay?
What are you guys talking about? You guys are broken, man.
Now, did you say anything to Kaysen? Like, whenever something gets instilled in Kaysen from another person, grandma, grandpa, friend, whatever, do you go, "Oh no, the water was the right choice. Do what you think was right"?
I did. I told him, I saw that you picked the water up first, and that was actually a really good choice. And he goes, "Yeah, because it's healthy." And I was like, "Exactly."
And is there like a person in your family, like the crazy uncle, crazy grandpa, crazy grandma, that you're like, they might drop the N-bomb. They might drop the N-bomb. We can't take the kids
Is that
around.
all over in the Peart family?
I have no
Oh no, you're telling me
specific.
off air. It was your in-laws. That's
This
what it
was this was all hypothetical.
We need to end it before we get in trouble. That does it. That's it. Join us next time. Hit us up. All the ways to contact us are in the description of this podcast. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to us on right now, and drop us a good comment, a 5-star rating. We'll see you next time.
Oh, yeah.